With the renegade, the rebellion himself, Bruno Ierullo. I love you. What are you doing tonight, man?
Tonight, we're taking it to, I was going to say the moon. I think we're taking it right out of the galaxy. One of the biggest shows, fashion productions ever.
440-foot runway.
420 feet, 4 feet high, 8 feet wide, 14 transports, 3 months to create, 1 month to build, 3 days to assemble, and it's insane. And the visuals on it are going to be remarkable. I think, fashions come to new life at my label, Bruno Ierullo. I don't think fashion is really given the credit it deserves when it comes to art, and rightfully so. I hope I'm being a part of that. I hope I've decided long ago that fashion is art, and that the work I do is going to be intense and deep and very, very, very evolving of my emotions and my daily existence to deliver real art and not just mass production.
So is that where the name came from for this show, Renegade?
Yeah, you know what? The last one they called me Rebel, this one they're calling me Renegade, and I like them both because I'm outside the box. I'm not with the mainstream fashion. I do it my way. I do shows like they don't do. I do collections like they don't do. I do sizes of collections like they don't do, and I like it. I like being the loner outside of the fashion world, and obviously there's a lot of people. We've got 6,000 passes out. I mean, I think people are joining the club and they love it because fashion is about art. It's not about taking clothes and just throwing them out there and then not worrying about where they end up in even a few weeks in that case, and just moving on. We don't want to move on. We want people to see these clothes, enjoy them, and wear them forever.
So give us a teaser of what we're going to see tonight.
You know what? I got into structure this time. I love colors. I've stayed with the colors. I've got different tones of the colors. Where I was drawing from these real high fluorescent colors, I'm now drawing from these more, based burnt colors, but very nice and very vibrant. And you'll see. What I've done mostly is really stuck to this really special structure. Like I wanted to do a lot of cuts that were like going forward and dynamic, almost like building blocks, and like building a massive structure that goes forward, like a renegade who's someone who's alone and just forceful and wanting to do what's right and on his own.
How long does it take you to even come up with the concepts for these fashions?
It evolves. I think we talked many times. It's like this evolving emotion. I draw from my heart, from my soul, over days, weeks, months, and it morphs into, the kind of collections that I start to see that are actually living beings. I don't like to just say, okay, we have a time frame, get the thing done and get it out. It just doesn't happen like that. And that's why I do the shows when I want, because I might finish my next collection in June and be ready to go in June. It just depends on that emotion and that heartfelt, drive for my creativity that allows me to finish a collection and I say, okay, now I have to show it.
So how has Bruno Ierullo evolved from, years ago to present day?
Well, you know what? I'm probably a lot more clear in my direction when I start designing. It's like, I think before it was like, a little bit unsure about the direction, unsure about the cuts, but they worked. But now I just have a better, more clear outlook on going forward, and the same thing with the shows, because the shows are part of presenting the collection, in the kind of form that gives the collection the credibility it deserves to be shown. I don't want to just throw them out there. I want them to have the emotion that I put into the clothes and hit the runway with that same emotion. So, I think it's just it's the old saying, live and learn, and I've become so much wiser, and I'm still out there on my own. It's like I'm putting on the biggest shows, putting out the biggest collections, getting international reviews, which will drive me to Europe for sure and to Milan, and I guess the other ones will. Well, I guess not. I mean, I'm on my own. I never rely on anything to get my word out, other than good people like you, Sonia, Sache.
I love you.
But I love the fact that it's been people driven. that the masses of people, you know, whether it's 350,000 people on my Facebook or 210,000 on my Twitter, like it's that mass of people that have been the true word of what I've done. And it couldn't be any more honest. Like that is the hardcore honesty of your work. So I don't think I would have it I'm not into, you know, marketing illusions. I'm into showing the people real art, using best fabrics I can find around the world.
What inspires you then? Do you ever, you know, get your ideas from the general public, or is it just really something within?
No, it's emotion driven of my daily existence. Whatever's going to happen to me over the next month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months is really going to decide how I feel, going to decide how my clothes come out. Whether it's, you know, painful time or happy time, something that is going to evolve within my heart, my soul, is going to allow me to create a certain collection. You know, it's not until I really get into it, into the few weeks and few months, and then I really start to see it developing into that living being. And then, you know, this is definitely a renegade collection. This is like right in your face, straightforward, no looking back. And that was my feeling over the last year, and that's how the whole collection just evolved. We're ready to move into international distribution. So, like I say, part of that could be into high-end department stores in Toronto. I think we'll add a lot of credibility and a lot of fashion, you know, incentive to get back into real art. And you know, we'll see. That'll be coming over in the next, you know, 3 to 4 months for sure.
You want to throw out your Twitter account?
Yeah, Bruno Ierullo. That's my Twitter account, all one, BrunoIerullo. I think there's about 200 and whatever, 3,000 or a lot of Twitter tweets were crazy today. And my Facebook is about 350,000 now. So power to the people.
Yeah,
They're the ones seem to be driving this whole thing. They're they're behind the wheel, and I'm just in the back making clothes.
The International Center is hosting one of the largest fashion shows of all time on a 420-foot long runway. Yep, I said it. Featuring Bruno Ierullo, the amazing designer. Here he is. So what do you do right before a show? What are you thinking about? Are you still tweaking the designs?
A show like this? No, you know what? I want to design right to the last minute. I want them coming right off the truck at the last minute saying, Bruno, here's the last one. You know, and, you know, I think they drive everybody nuts by doing that. But I have to really have a, you know, close to a time that I'm really ready to go forward. And then, you know, about the same time, come up with the concept of the show, because the show is always going to be big and exciting and different. So, yeah, you know what? I mean, you can see how big this show is. I have to leave a buffer time to start thinking about production and sound and lights, and, you know, it's just a massive undertaking to do this. It really, really, really was a huge expense and a huge workload. Like tomorrow's what, Saturday today? Tomorrow's Sunday. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow.
You're so not used to a break?
I don't know. I've been so dislocated with normal life, especially the last couple of weeks. So it's really the work getting the collection onto the runway this last couple of weeks.
So let's talk about the hair. I'm sure you had a hand in the hair and makeup. What did you want your models to look like?
Well, the makeup, we've got Marissa Lewinsky. Actually, she worked on the Lady Gaga tour, on the Britney Spears tour, and she's with all our MAC people tonight, who I love, and their whole team. And, you know, they've come up with something that is, you know, I wanted something that had that forceful going forward, again, that renegade kind of thing. And so we're doing a little bit of the upper strength, and then, you know, like weakening, getting the weakness coming down to the beauty of, you know, to the lips and the nose, where, you know, it's almost like a sexual thing. So, you know, like the visual of a personal strength going forward, and then the love, you know, the rest of the face. I like my clothes, although to be strong, I want them to be part of like something that's, you know, a human existence and a want, not a, you know, something that is not wanted. So I really have to incorporate that all, and I'm really happy that, yeah, it's the makeup I'm really happy with. The hair, we did something different this year. You know what, we're doing complete pullback on the girls. We're wrapping, as you can see, they're doing it now. A lot. We did strips and strips and strips, and we're of materials, different materials that we're wrapping all the way up, and we're punching it up. Some of them are becoming just ponytails. Some of them are straight up with a little hook. We're using a little bit of the you know, fall through, a little bit of the bangs, but basically all in that same structure. The guys were going a little bit clean, you know, a nice clean look. You know, if they've got a lot of hair, we might play with it a bit and try and get a little bit more dynamic into it, like the girls. But you know, all in all, it's still part of that strength, which is still merging with, you know, going forward with love and good existence.
How long is the show tonight?
I think it's gonna be 2 hours. I think by the time we get, you know, a model all the way down there, it takes about, you know, under 3 minutes to, I mean, it's a long, it's a football field. I mean, it's a longer than a football field. so it's a long way to go. So we'll see. You know, I think we're, you know, we've tweaked it as much as we could. We figure about 2 hours. I think it's going to come in about 1 hour, 50 minutes, 1:45. But the people are going to be entertained. They'll see, you know, a huge screen. We have massive screens, 9 of them. All the way down. We have, you know, obviously the big runway, the huge tress from end to end, incredible lighting, incredible sound, massive speakers built in underneath the runway for the whole length, all the way down, just underneath. Yeah, it's really, yeah, we'll have the jet landing in on the runway, and if you look, our runway actually ends, and right across the street, stone throw, is the international airport with the zinging lights all the way down the runway. And it's, you know, the whole idea is our runway is kind of connecting with theirs. So
poetic.
Thank you. So it's like depart. I guess if you want to bring a kind of like airport jet landing analogy, we'll just say, you know, departing with the old and arriving with the new. There you go. There you go.
What do you want people to take away from the show?
Just, you know, a good feeling that they, you know, they saw a great collection. I hope they say that, and I hope they enjoy it, and I hope they, you know, I hope they see clothes as art, because every piece I make, I put a lot of work into, and it really is, for me, the significance of the art of fashion. Fashion took a bad turn, you know, 10 years ago, into this horrible hell of mass production and just greed and disrespect for customers. I am not that person, and they probably don't like me for it. I make high quality clothes, I put work into it, and, you know, we're ready to move. You know, this collection is going to be offered now up to Europe and South America and Japan and right into the US and New York, and we're looking at New York right now and Milan specifically, maybe even before Toronto, which is odd. So, but that's the progression, and we'll see where it goes.
Okay, guys, that was Bruno Ierullo taking fashion to a completely different level. It was fashion, art, imagination come to life on one of the biggest stages of all time. If you want to check out his movie that's coming out, go to totix.ca. I'm Sonia Sache. Till next time.